I hope everybody is enjoying their weekend. I want to give you a quick update on some of the stocks I'm watching for next week. We have a few candidates that look primed, ready to take the next leg up. Let's get right into it. First, if you don't mind, smashing that like button, click and subscribe if you haven't. Also, turning on those post notifications. I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, the ticker CRDL, it was my last upload where we alerted at $1 in the Discord, sub $1. So it's performing really well year to date, up 26%. The cap structure very tight, only 60 million shares in the float. And like we mentioned last time on Dilution Tracker, they have plenty of cash on hand, no immediate need to dilute. Now, not only that, but we see the stock clearly has been beaten down from $10 all the way to 45 cents and seems to have stabilized and is ready to take that next leg up. It's not, again, one single factor. It's all of those things combined that we're trying to, again, put into a formula of risk analysis. And for me, when we look at this company, I think it's very undervalued. All right, on the low end, we see 212% upside, the median 238, and on the high end, which is a $6 price target, over 463% upside. So again, it's anywhere in between. I like to be conservative. I'll go on the low end and say it's a $3 price target. I'll even say it's a $2 price target, which is still over 100% upside. So I always like to be conservative with my valuations, right? Undersell, overperform is what I like to do. And typically that's happened in the past. And we'll get to other stocks in a moment. But when we look at a stock like CRDL, we saw that news came in the beginning of January talking about its enrollment in phase 2 of the Archer trial for acute myocarditis. There's a lot of good information there. The company seems very optimistic about this output. So again, something you want to keep on your radar, keep in the back of your head. You should see updates on that in the near future. Again, all positive things seem to be surrounding this company. There's really nothing here that would indicate downward pressure. Like we mentioned, no need to dilute, no negative PRs, nothing like that. And the stock is already down tremendously, right? From 45 cents all the way to $10. It's down 95%. This is the perfect time to buy. How much lower is it really going to go? And now we see it stabilized. It take that next leg up, higher high, higher low, and it's ready to do the next leg up. Right? It's so close to breaking that 52-week high at 124. It closed in after hours at 110. So again, it's off by 14, 15 cents. So a really, really solid risk to reward. I feel like this is a very confident trade for me. The only thing I mentioned is volume, right? We need a little bit more volume, and hopefully I can bring a little bit more attention to the stock, maybe some more buyer interest, again, if it makes sense for you and your plan. My thought process, my opinion is definitely bullish on this stock. Again, when we draw the fibs out, it just makes it a little bit more visually appealing for us to see those upside targets. So again, it's never going to be perfect or one-to-one, but look at where that 111 is, right? It matches up perfectly from where the resistance is, where the 21 EMA is on this purple line, and it also shows that 52-week high rejection. So once we break that, I really don't see much turbulence going all the way up to pretty much 185, 190, and then even up to this 218 range. So if I was to draw a box here or any range in which I could see this melting up to very quick, I think 185 range all the way up to probably 218. So if we did something like that, for example, and we sort of drew a box, right? I think we have this hot area in between in which we could really start to melt up. Now, again, like we mentioned, we called this out at $1. Some people got in earlier. Every 10, 20, 30 cents it moves is 10, 20, 30% in profit. So if we get from $1 all the way to 218, 220, that could be 100, 120% upside very fast. And like we said, the volume here, the cap structure, it's all very tight. So any good news, positive PRs, anything that's going to enable that buying pressure, that buying volume, buyer interest, whatever you want to call it, I think again could really start to see some legs on this thing. All right, it's bottomed out. We mentioned that twice. 45 cents is the floor, 75 cents is that support. So again, the risk to reward I think is a no-brainer here. It makes a ton of sense in my head, and especially if we remove this here, right, and we get a little bit more clear of a view on the weekly here, right, we could see how it used the 21 as resistance for quite some time. We go all the way here. This is before 22, and then it goes all the way to where it bottomed here mid 2023. So this is a long period in time in which the stock did not want to close above this 21, right? So all you have to do again is just visually look at it. Look at the rejection, right? It gets one bounce, yanked right below. Rejection here, rejection here, rejection in this cluster, here, 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 right? It's not random, right? This is not just a question mark. We're not guessing here. We're observing, we're analyzing, we're seeing something that has, again, validity. And that, again, is resistance to this 21-day EMA on the weekly. Now we have bottomed out here, right? Which is right in April, and it's now flip-flop. So instead of using this as a barrier, as resistance like it was here, now it's on the north side of it. Now it's using it as support or as a floor. And right, we had one little bounce below and it pushed back up. So now the buyers are more in control, which is what we want to see. We have stabilized, we've bottomed out, we've made a consistent trend. Here is the floor temporarily, without a question. Second floor right at 70, 75 cents, higher highs, higher lows. We could see that sequence very well. And now again, we want to break out, smash that 52-week high and continue this trend from the lows on the chart. Okay. So, like I mentioned before, this is multiple factors, multiple things that we take into consideration from a fundamental technical analysis, and we bunch it all together and try and make, again, smart decisions and breakdowns of tickers like this. So, again, leave a comment in the section below if you trade penny stocks, what you look for in penny stocks. If you have any sort of strategies, any red flags, things to avoid in any stock, let me know in the section below. I'd love to hear it from you. Again, bounce ideas off each other. That's how we grow as a unit. Again, I love engaging with my followers. I love giving you guys incredible opportunities like this. So again, please do not sleep on ticker CRDL. We're going to have lots more to come in this year. No small plans for 2024. Again, guys, have a fantastic weekend. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.